He lifted his glass like a king presiding over his throne. Only the children who've made me proud are truly mine. The room erupted in applause, drunk, clueless, eager to cheer. Then he turned, his eyes locking on me, a smirk sharpened by years of disdain curling his lips. "You can leave." The silence that followed was heavier than the laughter. Faces turned my way. A few looked pitying, but most savored the scene. I rose slowly, each movement calm, my breath steady. Then Daniel, my husband, stood too. What he did next froze the entire room. People think betrayal hurts most when it comes from strangers. It doesn't. The deepest wounds are carved by the ones who raised you, fed you, and promised safety, only to choose humiliation instead. My father craved power more than family. He worshipped appearances, trophies, obedient smiles. I was none of those things. I wasn't a prize to display, or a child who bowed my head. I was the daughter who asked questions, who walked my own road without his permission. He never forgave me for that. But what sealed his hatred? I married a man he said was beneath us. Daniel knew it, too. The first time he left my father's house, he whispered, "One day, they'll bow their heads to you. Just tell me when." I never forgot. Over the years, my father waged small wars against me. He cut me out of photos, left my name off invitations, rewrote inheritance papers for my brothers. But the cruelest attack was subtle, turning others against me. At dinners, whispers circled the table. Lazy, failure, embarrassment. My siblings laughed, echoing his poison as if it were scripture. He wanted me erased while I was still alive. So I learned the only lesson he ever truly taught me. Never strike first. Wait until your enemies are certain you're broken. I stopped reacting, stopped defending. I let him believe I was powerless. Meanwhile, I built, quietly, methodically. Daniel and I launched a business he dismissed as a hobby. While he boasted about his empire, I quietly bought his rivals. I acquired shares through shell companies, piece by piece, waiting for his retirement to creep closer. By tonight, his empire was already hollow. He just didn't know it yet. At the banquet table, champagne sparkled and silverware clinked. He stood tall, basking in applause he didn't deserve. "Only the children who made me proud are truly mine," he declared again. His gaze cut into me. "You can leave." I rose, but before I could speak, Daniel pushed back his chair. Taller than I'd ever seen him, steady and lethal, he lifted his glass. His voice sliced through the silence. "Funny speech, but maybe you should be toasting the real owners of your company." Murmurs spread, laughter edged with confusion. My father's smile faltered. "What are you talking about?" he snapped. Daniel slid an envelope across the white tablecloth. Inside, legal documents, transfer of shares. My father's own signature scrawled across sales he never looked twice at. Small deals, buried transactions. But together, they revealed the truth. He no longer owned what he built. "Meet your successor," Daniel said, turning to me. Gasps echoed. Forks hit plates. My brothers' faces went slack. My father's hands shook as he scanned the pages. You stole this from me," he stammered. "No," I answered evenly. "You gave it away piece by piece while you were too busy counting trophies." The crowd buzzed, investors, colleagues, family, seeing it now for what it was. His empire wasn't his anymore. His legacy now belonged to the daughter he tried to erase. And the applause that followed. This time it wasn't for him. My father slumped into his chair, pale, defeated. For once, he had no words, no audience to clap for his cruelty. Just silence pressing down like a stone. I didn't smile. Victory didn't need theatrics. I simply raised my glass, my voice steady, to fathers who taught us what not to become. The toast rippled through the room. Some raised their glasses. Others lowered their eyes, ashamed. Daniel's hand closed over mine, firm, steady. That was enough. Later, as the night wound down, I watched my father slump alone in the corner. No admirers, no pride left. All his cruelty reduced to dust. That's when I realized revenge isn't loud. It doesn't need shouting or slammed doors. It's quiet, surgical, final. He wanted me erased. Instead, he handed me everything, and I left him with nothing but the echo of his own words. He said I wasn't truly his. Tonight, I proved I never needed to be.